All right, let's start picking some games and giving you some spreads. Nobody doing it better than CBS Sports HQ. Let's start in the East. Obviously, Michigan doesn't know their opponent yet, so there's no line there. If you do care about that Mount St. Mary's Texas Southern game, Mount St. Mary's is getting 1.5 from the SWAC champs, Texas Southern. But in that 8-9 LSU Bonnies, LSU a 1-point favorite. 144.5 is your total. We can start there. Bring our guys in. Kenny White, Wizard of Odds. Timmy Doyle, of course, played college basketball, honorable All-American from Northwestern, and great hair. And Larry Hartstein from Sportsline doing a great job. Larry, I'll start with you. LSU a 1-point favorite, 144.5. It feels like they're begging you to take LSU. Is there value with the Bonnies?
You know, the Bonnies looked amazing today, and but the thing is, they only really play 5 or 6 guys. You know, they had 7 players checked into the game today. Only one guy played only 2 minutes. So this is a very shallow team. If anyone gets in foul trouble, you have an LSU team that is very fast-paced, that is a lot deeper. It's a contrast in styles. The Bonnies will try and slow it down. LSU wants to get up and down. They have a very elite offensive team, and I'm going to lean LSU, even though, like you said, it looks like a trap.
Yeah, I'm leaning LSU as well. I made the game 2.5. I passed right now. I wanted to play this game over because LSU's pace, they really impressed me in the last couple of days. Some great performances. The one against Arkansas was amazing. And then today, you know, a battle right down to the wire. So it scares me. There could be a letdown here going into that first game against St. Bonnie. St. Bonnie's awfully good basketball team. I'm passing right now at the number.
Yeah, I actually think you could only bet St. Bonaventure in this game. They have the best coach in the country you've never heard of. His name is Mark Schmidt. And if you've ever been to Olean, New York, raise your hand. I've been there, okay? And actually, the bartender at the bar was the lead singer in the band. That's all you need to know about Olean, New York when I was there, okay? He gets kids to go to school there. He was just in the tournament a couple of years ago, and it was like, holy cow, how do you get guys there? Well, he's done it again, and he's got experience. He's got 5 guys that average in double figures. He's got a big-time lead guard. This is a very dangerous team. One of the best coaches in the country. Like, Eric, I always feel bad for guys like this because he's been at St. Bonaventure for like forever. He deserves to get a big-time job. Will Mark Schmidt ever get it? Probably not, but LSU, they're going to have their hands full.
My friend Woj, who's a St. Bonnie alum, once told me you can't see the North Pole. It's not at the North Pole, but you can see it from St. Bonaventure. That's all I know about it. And it's a heck of a place and a good school, and good people come out of there. We'll see if they can get it done against LSU. Georgetown against Colorado. Colorado laying 5, 138.5. We've seen teams get hot in conference tournaments and carry it over. And then we've seen teams get hot in conference tournaments and sort of, that was it. They sort of exhausted the tank. Which is it for Georgetown? Do you want the 5 or you laying the 5 and 138 your total? Tim, ball back to you first.
Yeah, I would lay the points in this game. There was just some magic there. You got Patrick Ewing yelling at security guards, do you know who I am? Like, I know who you are because I grew up on Long Island, but maybe some 25-year-old security guard doesn't because he or she was 5 when you were playing at the Garden. It does wear off. There's an energy there at Madison Square Garden, and I actually thought they caught the whole league at the right time. You had Villanova going through the issues with Gillespie. You had Creighton going through the issues with McDermott. Like, you knew something was going to happen in that tournament, and they happened to be in the right place at the right time. I love Hammer Time. Love Colorado in this spot.
Not so fast there, my friend. This is a really good Georgetown basketball team and playing their best basketball right now. And I will be fading the Pac-12, one of the weakest conferences in the Big 6, 7, whatever they are. These teams are just not very good basketball teams. So Georgetown will be my play in this one. I think they could win the game straight up.
Yeah, I'm going to side with Kenny here. Georgetown down the stretch. It wasn't just the Big East tournament. The only 2 games they lost in their last 10, I believe, were both to UConn. As long as they don't match up against UConn, they're going to be in a game down to the wire. And I was so impressed when they were down double digits to Villanova, and it looked like that game was over. They come storming back, and then they eventually win the tournament. And I also think the league is a big issue where Colorado played. I'll take the points.
All right, next up, Florida State's the 4 seed taking on UNC Greensboro, who is the 13. It's 11 in this one, and your total is 145.5. Kenny White, what do you want to do here?
Yeah, up-tempo. Greensboro loves to run, push the pace. Florida State, we know, likes to run. You're going to have a double-digit lead. I just don't think the defense will be there from Florida State. Maybe a little bit of a letdown after losing to Georgia Tech. My total is 152.5. I went over 44.5. I still think there's a lot of room up to about 148. You can still go over.
Yeah, I think that UNCG has the next North Carolina coach in waiting. It's Wes Miller. He played there. I think Florida State wins this game, but I would not lay all these points. I got a feeling that their athleticism, their rebounding, their size, they're the tallest team in all of college basketball, does eventually wear down UNCG. But this is too many points in this spot. This is a single-digit game. I'll take the dog.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Florida State and the way they finished the regular season with a shocking loss to Notre Dame and the way they couldn't get it done against Georgia Tech with all of those turnovers, 25 turnovers. I think UNCG makes it respectable. I'll take the point.
All right, next up, we have Texas, who won the Big 12 Conference Tournament. They're taking on Abilene Christian. 8.5 is the number. You know, this is kind of in state. I always worry when those kids who didn't get recruited get a chance to throw their big right hand at the kids who did get recruited. They're motivated. Chip on your shoulder game. 139.5 is the total. What do you want to do here, Larry?
You know, Abilene has a great defense, and they are underrated. People don't know about them. They are a very good team, but Texas is my pick to come out of this region. I just love their senior leadership. I love all the pros they have on this roster. They have NBA players that aren't even getting serious minutes, as Tim knows. I'm going to lay the points with Texas.
Yeah, I'm with you here, Larry. I think that they'll respect Abilene Christian. They know who they're up against here. I worry about a little bit of a letdown, and I also think Abilene Christian could get the lead early, but Texas is just too talented on both ends of the court. Far better offensively. Abilene Christian struggles to score, but I think they could get ahead early, and then Texas will take the lead. So maybe an in-game play as well, but I'm going to lay the 8.5 with Texas.
Yeah, I'm going to be on the other side. I'll take the dog in this spot. I do think there's something to be said about Abilene Christian playing with that chip on their shoulder. Texas, these guys have all been told how great they are since they're 13 years old because, you know, you look at the guy like Brown, he's like the biggest freak of nature as far as his athleticism, and you just know he's going to be a big-time NBA player. He's only averages 10 points a game as a freshman. They have experienced guards. I do think they're going to end up winning this game, but I think this is going to be a dogfight against a team that can certainly defend, that's going to be motivated to play. Eric, these is going to be some unusual circumstances. We got historic venues, right? Whether it's Bloomington, Indiana, West Lafayette, Purdue, places I played at, or Hinkle, and you're going to have 25% capacity. So you're going to need to bring the energy. You know who I know is going to have energy going up against Texas? The little guys at Abilene Christian. I like the dog here.
All right, well done, gents. Certainly appreciate that. A lot more games to pick.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.